Here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway. Fluffy has the bubble for Team Koch. Just so everybody knows that, once again, it is a 2 rollover rule. I love the orange and black colors. I'm a sucker for orange and black. Knopfsinger stuck on the right rear corner of Cody Koch's number 01. I don't know if he's going to get the wheel there. He did not. I don't know if that also didn't do some steering component damage. There's a good look at it. That wheel is pushed all the way back to the firewall in the left front corner of the Knopfsinger car. And it sprung back, though. Good turn of fortunes right there. Big hit right there. That was the number 412 flying across the track. Earl Ref with that big hit. Trying to win with brute force. The 525 of Elliot. I'm not sure Sean Elliott knows he's got a wagon. He's driving that thing nose out, wide open, end to end, trying to disable the Fluffy machine. That is the bubble Ford that you see up there at the top of the track. Climbed up on the back of the wagon there for a moment. Just to need this voice in my ear there for a moment. Quite letting screw solids. That's funny. I like that. Everybody's still running and moving. Nose starting to turn up a little bit on the manual machine up there. You can see that's the bubble Ford. Right side starting to come up some. And Sean Elliott quick to take advantage of that. Sean Elliott, sometimes when he goes out there and runs, he can get a little sugar rushed. Into the Smarties or something and just goes wide open. He's composed himself a bit. Driving a great heat right here in the 525. That was a great shot that he used where he took the back end and stuffed it right underneath that bumper where it's popping up on the front corner of the number 93. Right now everybody's sort of paired off. It's a manual that's backing up, trying to pick his shots a little bit. Oh, bad spot to get caught in. Back bumper and tailgate got underneath that front bumper again, and now these two are hung together. That's the 2X of Jeff Ogle. Jeff Ogle was looking forward to getting busy here in the opening bracket for the national side. Left front corner lays down. That is the 711 of Knopfsinger. And they're 442 of Nugent trying to take advantage of it. Rip that the rest of the way. The drivers see the same thing that you see. You're looking at the track the same way that they do. Trenton Leclerc. We are all at the same vantage point, which is set by the host. So Jesse Myers, who's the host computer for this, they all look right from this angle right across the track. Back end folding up on the number 93. This is a very evenly matched heat. In terms of the bad luck on the steering components on the left side there of the 711 early on, the flip side of that is the way that the Bubba Ford is dumping in the nose, going up in the nose, I should say. This is pretty balanced right now. Trenton, they see what you see unless you're Cody Kepner, in which he sees everything that we're seeing. It's just doubled because he's part of Crown Royal Nation and he's been talking about this all weekend. So I trust that he sees double everything that we are, but otherwise everything is going well. I don't remember that Marty got called out for bagging last night. Did that really happen? Discussion, bench racing from last night's qualifying side. Pop's discussing it. The fact that he had to slow it down a little bit. He wasn't the hammer. Pops a lot of times drives just like the 525 Sean Elliot does, but high stakes call for a more composed approach. Up there at the top, we're going to have a couple cars hung together. Oh boy, Ogle and the 525 Elliot was right there to try and help finish the job. He was looking for the rollover. Remember the 2 rollover rule? That is a big deal. You get one car over once, and especially if when it goes over, it breaks that right side wheel in that case. It forces them to change their driving a little bit. Here comes Elliot one more time, starting to go end to end again. Sean Elliott doing Sean Elliott things. Oh, it got turned around. He got caught quick. It was right there was Jacoby Manuel in the number 93. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect out of this heat. Not calling one team better or worse, not talking about damage or anything, but this is on par with what you would expect out of the collection of drivers that we've got. A lot of drivers that know how to drive for the long haul. Earl Rafe, he's got a win in the Bash for cash. Jacoby Manuel picked up a bunch of wins early on in the virtual point series standing. Cody Koch, he can hang around for the long haul. Jeff Ogle, whoa! Got a barrel roll. Almost got it back over on all 4 wheels. Wouldn't have had to have a stoppage at all. This is a Vito 324 Gaming red flag here. Going to try and get that car turned over back on all 4 as quick as possible. He is back up, and we are back to our perch and ready to go back under green. Sean Elliott can be a weapon. Mouthstinger, Nevis, they can hang on to the end as well. So, not surprised that this is a pretty healthy chess match going on right now. This 3 more rounds to go. I'll do it for nice number 2. No, starting to go up on the 525 of Elliott, and backing up into him was the number 01 of Koch. And Cody Koch ruining the pillars on his wagon. And the 9-wire did its job. Backs it up all the way down the track, surveys, and he took a shot at the front wheels. Flows with it. Didn't go back-to-back with the number 2X of Ogle. If you look at Ogle's left rear wheel, it looks like he took a shot square on the quarter panel. And I think that laid over the wheel a little bit. Bent that rim in the back. Looks like it's angled that wheel in towards the quarter panel. Not at the bottom, but at the edge of the quarter panel. Andrew Hernandez checking in. Good hit right there by Elliott. Grabbing that wheel laid over. 7-Eleven Offsinger doing a fine job staying busy. Definitely contributing to the team. And caught along the wall is not going to do any favors. Uh-oh, that might have... For a second there, it looked like he lost steering on the other side. But it looks like everything is all right for him at this point. You're going to see a lot of wagons targeting the nose of the 525 as that thing starts to shift up. And get that to belly out and to sink down on the left side. Nevis and Elliot may have just gotten tangled together there for a moment, and everybody able to pull away. Manuel was in the mix of all that as well. And that shot may have ruptured the radiator on the number 93. Nose wasn't up quite high enough on the 2X to make that shot as advantageous as otherwise. Had he been able to put a shot like that on the front of the 525, it might have been able to pay some dividends. And now I anticipate you're going to see a lot of backs of black wagons targeting the nose of the number 93, try and knock the steering out of it and get that thing to belly the rest of the way as that's going up. It looks like it's got some motion happening now at the firewall as well. Couple different build approaches to these wagons that we saw last night, seeing some of the same effects here. You can see the window closing on the number 01 of the 412. Some of these guys wanted the bumper to close up at the tailgate and pull the roof with it as it comes down. Some of these guys were going with that full flip. You see that right there on the car that's coming towards us, the orange number 442 of Nugent. Get that back bumper to flip over right on top of the tailgate, right at the bottom. An immediate 90-degree flip or 180-degree flip. No 9-wire. Look at that. That's the first wagon that I remember seeing that. No 9-wire in the windows, and instead using the window bar, you're allowed 9-wire or a rear window bar. One or the other, but not both. Quick stoppage here. PB&J red flag to get that tire out of the way, and we are back to green. Wheel off the corner of the number 93, still running and moving. Almost some friendly fire there. It is difficult in the situation that Jacoby Manuel is in to be patient and to be careful. Have to spend a lot of time thinking about your throttle control, have to spend a lot of time thinking about your shots, and make sure every last one counts, because at this point, this situation that he's in, you are on borrowed time and you know you're going to get a lot of attention. The steam getting thicker now out of the radiator on the number 93 as the temperature builds. Also the right front wheel missing, so his steering abilities have been compromised. With that front corner dragging there back at the firewall, that is going to cause frame friction, which means that you are going to work your system even tougher, even harder, generating more heat, working the engine, taxing the transmission. So if you start seeing more steam coming out of the center of the car, that could be an issue with the clutches developing as well if he were to be running one of the 6-speeds, one of the manual transmissions. So keeping an eye on that. And he's got his line of shots up, and he did so. Made that one count, trying to make another one. Got on the corner of the 7-Eleven, but he also got all the way to the blocks, and he is going to have some trouble getting out of there. Works it backwards. Up on the fence, the 525 flanking. 7-Eleven off-singer, making sure to play careful with it. Didn't want to put two bumpers on a car already against the wall. He's making it count. Justin Nevis had a transmission issue develop there in live time. Had to shift the car like playing an arcade for a moment while he recalibrated the transmission into a manual. So he's been pushing buttons so hard. He said it's been intense. I agree. This has been a very, very good heat right here. Oh, Knopfsinger having some trouble getting some forward momentum built up in the 7-Eleven. He got it going, and he caught the side of the That is the Nugent car. Excuse me, that's Cody Koch's number 01. Fluffy getting his mileage out of that number 93. Goes after Jeff Ogle, trying to get the rollover. Got him up on two wheels for a moment there. I'm not sure if Ogle saw that one coming. Big shot right on the front corner of the number 2X. Steam now showing. Tire smoke, disregard. Still showing just steam and heat related smoke. Nothing coming out of the stack, so the head gaskets haven't come apart on the manual machine. He's not burning any oil, so while he's on borrowed time, there is still sand left of the hourglass for him. He's certainly working that car. 525 Elliot doing a good job there, circling around, trying to survey. Eyes the back of that wagon, and that shifted the nose a little bit. That nose has gotten softer, using it a little bit more than the rest of the wagons have. Just a shot on the left front fender of the 525 manual there, and the number 01 of Koch ready to capitalize. Cody Koch and his crew ran to second place last year when they were Koch IFD. They were second place to Team Big Dog. Everything's shortened up on the right side, making it tough for the number 93 to move. Just wants to pivot. It was hard. Stout shot nose to nose with the 711 of Knopfsinger. That shifted both machines. Still has the drive in it though on that number 93, stacking up around the number 01 down here in the corner. Manuel not even so much aiming his shot, just throwing the car at something that is black and green and hoping for the best. And there's the oil smoke. Yeah, I saw that too. Quick red flag. That was just a quick stabilization move, just to make sure that we didn't have any lag issues developing for the drivers. And that red flag brought to you by Vito324 Gaming. Fluffy's starting to go into full meltdown mode. This is a quick maintenance thing. We're not going to have to restart the heat or anything like that I anticipate. Just trying to get some technology stabilized for some of the drivers. We're going to take a quick red flag presented by PB&J Promotion. We'll be back here in just a second. Good heat right here. Real good heat. Double-edged sword. If you win, you move on, and you are in a heat of 3 You're in a heat of 3 on the winner's side with Big Dog waiting for you. If you lose, you have to go through the C main and the B main to get back to the A main. So it's going to be a challenging path for no matter who moves on the winner's side and moves on through the loser's bracket to the C main, the C mains, co-C mains, and to the co-B mains. And that is the one difference from this bracket that we have versus the qualifying bracket that we saw last night with 10 teams. It is a little bit different. We can walk through that again if we want during the next break that we've got. And green flag back out. Oh, just kidding. Not a green flag quite yet. Fluffy somehow finds a little bit left in the number 93. He's just about done, but he is going to make sure everybody knows that he was there. Huge hit right there in the number 93. Wheeling that thing. Remember, Black Flag giving away some skins for the Knight's Mad Dog. He is certainly throwing his hat in the ring. So Black Flag, Mad Dog of the day, is going to get a free skin. And then in the feature tomorrow, we will have a free skin giveaway for Black Flag for the Wheelman of the feature. Seven rounds of action on deck starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Winners round 2, the 2 C mains, the 2 B mains, and the A main. Note just went out. It's not going to matter maybe, but out of the technicality's sake, 45 seconds will be given there to 93. Good run for Jacoby Manuel. Fluffy doing a great job in the number 93. He is representing Team Koch. Team Koch Racing. In black colors. Elliot Motorsports out there. Left side of the Elliot machine. Looks like it's diving down a little bit. Looks like that rail might be getting a little bit low. You can see some mobility issues developing there for the 525. And formality in name only, the Jacoby Manuel car officially out on time. It is now down to 4 on 3. Couple sequence hits right there. Could change things. Knopfsinger, he's got that issue developing, that issue persisting on the left front corner. It's Bobby Kraus cheering on Team Elliot. Looks like the left front collapsing a little bit there on the 412 of Earl Ref. find a little bit of real estate to work with. Doesn't seem to want to steer for him. Chris Irvin asking about a rollover. In this heat, we almost had a guy go all the way over, barrel roll, from wheels across his lid to his wheels, but his teammate was actually next to him, and he didn't get all the way back over. There have been some rollovers. I think there's only been one in this particular heat. And Nick, that was Nick, you into the moose juice too much. This was the heat. It's been a long heat, been a very long heat. But this is the one where you had the guy do the barrel roll. Almost got back over onto his all four wheels, but we had to throw the red flag. Boy, that was a heck of a shot in the nose. It is a 2 rollover rule. Yeah, that left side is definitely dragging. I don't know if it's a suspension issue or if the hits have just collapsed the rail on the left side, but the left side frame drag issue has really compromised the 525 in terms of mobility. Still making contact, especially when people come in the sort of the spin zone, and he's able to make a hit. But as you can see, he's fighting pretty hard with the collapsed frame on the left side. Frame drag was added to the game along with car mass. So just like in a real derby, if the tire starts getting into the sheet metal, tires get into the sheet metal, the frame starts to drag a little bit. Just like in a real derby, it's going to require you to work a little bit harder. It's going to tax your car more. All those elements have been added to the game, and that's what you see happening right there in the 525. Barreling into the back. Looks like we got a couple cars tangled together. There's no F11 rescues. Teammate Offsinger tried to come by, just clipped the 2X, and I don't know if it was the wind or if it was the luck or what it was, but it got the 2X free. Earl trying to get the rollover on the 525. Nick, I can't see your tower. You're behind me. I'm busy working here. Matt Crane, I will put up a slide in between this heat, so stick around for the conclusion of it for a little bit if you would, and I will put a slide up, and it'll tell you all the step-by-step on how to get there. I've also got a post that I can share in here. Let's see, where'd it go? I think it is right here. Matt Crane. I'm going to pin this. There you go. Matt Crane, I just posted the step-by-step instructions on how to get involved with the game. And we are back to even numbers, 3-on-3. Singer wedged in there in front of the 01 of Cody Koch. You can see that roof sign deforming. The wagon up where? The 525 is Elliot. He's been out. He has been timed out, Jim. Koch trying to get off the wall here. Frustration starting to get a little bit higher now as we get into the nitty-gritty moments. We are 3-on-3, and you can see the cost of battle starting to manifest as these cars are dragging and fighting. You see bumpers are shifted off center, left, right, forward, and back. Here's another big shot. That was Cody Koch. See the back end folding up, sort of closing the clamshell. They're side by side. You can see the two different build styles of what you want the roofs to do. And you can look at the third style up there on the third and final Koch machine. That is just a Nugent, running a little bit different yet. Getting the roof to bend in a different spot. The 502 and the 412, kind of a similar build style in their machine. And then likewise similar approach with the, I think that's the Knopfsinger machine and the, I think that's the Koch car. It's getting a little bit more intense. Looks like we have some more steam starting to show out there as well. Team instructions being given, trying to play the strategy. Again, a couple of these teams looking at the long game. Looks like the 502 trying to be volunteering to be the sacrificial lamb, as it were. Looking for nose shots so that he can try and get some of these other machines popped. Trying to get the firewall is the 711. Everybody working hard to preserve it. If he was in, he'd be track shotting. I'm not sure how your teammates would feel about it, but if you made him count, I suppose. Why not? Good hit on the wheels there by the 2X of Ogle. We got a hold of the Nugent machine. Left front still inverted on the 711, and it's not coming back to center nearly as easily as it was earlier. Ogle, the back end, dragging on the ground. Ogle working from the outside here, trying to catch it from the perimeter of the track, and he goes after the car that's already steaming, trying to accentuate or exacerbate the issues developing behind the front bumper. Knopfsinger gets it turned. Left front wheel laid over on the number 412 for Earl. A little bit more intense pace being added. Jason Brodzinski. Some ski parts were added to the game. Ogle. He's got a little bit of a look there. Oh, he's in a bad spot. Ogle's got to get out of here. Handy piece of driving. He was able to escape before anybody was able to fully capitalize on him being pinned in like that. Right in that track entrance, there's a little bit of a gap between the two berms, just like a blizzard bash. You get trapped in there, you don't even have to be held, but you can get hit a couple times and really hurt things. Left front wheel and left rear tire has shredded off the wheel on the number 412 down to just the rim. As you can see, that sheet metal had packed in and shredded the tire off. Couple cars tangled together in the center of the track. Everybody able to get free. And they got to make qualifying contact. Looks like everybody should be to the good. A lot of sinking back ends on these roundbacks. Just with the way that they are twisting and rolling over with the roof and in front of the arches, causing some frame drag issues. Big hit, nose to nose, shifting both the number 2X and the 01 of Cody Koch. You can see the 2X of Ogle starting to stand up, tries to do it one more time. There might be some wisps of smoke coming from the radiator of the 2X of Ogle. These are some tore up wagons, I tell you that. Holy cow. Nose way up in the air on the number 2X. Heavy smoke now pouring from under the hood of the number 01 of Cody Koch. Looks like that exchange may have caused a radiator leak on the number 2X. Watching that closely. Definitely compromised the frame at the firewall. Fighting some drag issues there. That is an off-singer in the middle of the track. He is also having all sorts of drag issues with that left front wheel having been laid over early. I mean, opening sequence, that wheel got in an ugly position. Now I'm not sure if there's any steering left working on the number 2X of Ogle, as everybody piles into the back of the number 442 of Dustin Nugent. I'm seeing a great shot placement. The left rear corner, and still working. So can't do that. That was a hold. You have a 2-second hold, and you got to be out of there. That one orange car was not backing up when Earl came through and made the hit, and was being told that the guy had to back up. Followed through and made the hit anyway. The warning has gone out that they will break sticks if that keeps going. Ooh. Swinging for the fences there and caught his partner. Let's see. Mosquito control being laid down on the track. Heavy steam now from a couple of these cars. And the 7-Eleven popped. Cody Koch steaming, but surviving. Big hit on the right side of the number, by the number 01. Cody Koch making qualifying contact using the nose. You can see that is starting to pitch back very hard at the firewall. Going to be some exhausted drivers after this one. These guys are doing work. Good hit there on the right front corner. I think that was Earl Rook that was on the receiving end of that. Big hit on the 502. Looks like he's steaming now as well. Cody Koch limping that wagon along. Back end. It's bent almost like a Ford wagon would. And the way those leaf springs and those rails going almost straight up at the window. Still holding together though. Big hit on the back of the 442. He's trying to gain position here on the... Oof. Took a hard shot on the headlight bucket. Shot clocks have been put away for the most part. It's just a case of letting these guys battle it out here. Staying out of harm's way is the number 2X of Ogle. Ogle, that nose has sunk on him. No steering. It'll steer to the left for him, but it will not steer to the right. So he's going to work that angle. Hit square on the back of, I believe that was the Earl Ref car out there. Ref was the one that didn't have the right rear tire. Looks like now both tires beginning to shred away. Down to the rims. Everybody right there trying to capitalize. 711 off singer. Leans on him a little bit and then back up and running. Ran over that right front wheel with the doors, and it ruined that right front wheel. So it looks like that is just dangling. The spring has come out of the lower control arm on the right side. Things in bad shape there on the front end of the 711, and now starting to push some serious steam on the number 711. Heat going to be an issue for Knopfsinger. And Koch looks like he might have broke. Pushing all sorts of blue oil smoke there for a moment. He paused. You can see the left rear wheel now bend in towards the frame, towards the back doors on the 711 of Knopfsinger. Getting everything you can out of that wagon. First heat went through fairly quick. Little different story here for the second one. What a battle. It's been 20 minutes, roughly 20 minutes, since Knopfy went out. Oh boy. I think that was Knopfsinger. Just heard in the pits, lamenting the mobility issues on the 711. Heavy steam on that. Cody Koch looks like he is out. It is 2 on 2.5 with all the steam and issues that are developing. Ooh. Oh no. It is a heck of a heat. Boy, it's a dynamite heat, man. And like I was saying earlier, I don't know if we got to the conclusion of this, that thought string there, but boy, howdy. I didn't know what to expect, but this definitely meets what I was hoping for with these two squaring off with each other. Heavy oil smoke there as that car is coming apart at the top of the screen. I think that's Knopfstiger. Finally, the four corners in the center have all fallen off of that car. Can't ask for anything more. Great run for Austin in the number 711. I'm not sure what the time on the heat is. I had just said that it's been 23 minutes since Knopfstiger went out, so we've been out there for a while. And Knopfy out officially right there. Boy, what a heat. "47 minutes," Cody Kepner says. 47 minutes for this one. Wow. I think the first one was about 20 minutes. This one, a little different story. Another good look. I believe that was the Budzinski cradle, the Ski Inc. cradle. You can see that poking through the bumper. Kind of neat that that's been added to the game. Ogle is a good shot on the side of the Nugent machine. See steam coming out of all parts of the number 502 as the nose starts to go backwards, tangled up along the fence. Might be in a position where this thing's going to end if these two stay stuck together and can't make the qualifying hit. The clock has started over there along the wall. Against the wall. That is it for those two. Excuse me, tangled together. Both of those are out. And it's time to shut them down. They do so. So, I don't think that the 2X was within earshot. So, quick red flag here. So we make some corrections here. Make some corrections. The 2X is out. The other Koch machine is out. And we are running it down to the end And the end may be imminent. Not a lot of smoke coming from the stacks right now on that number 502, but it is coming from all of the openings in and around that hood and engine compartment. 412, Earl. I believe last contact was to the number 412, the winner of the Bash for Cash, and he's trying to get out of there. I think he made it. I don't think any contact was made, but he's got to get to the whip to try and get out of there. Oh, blew a donut, and the 502 able to track him down. And the 412 of Earl Ref. Staying fixed on that right rear. Mutual contact, though. He's got to go make a hit, and he does so. That's going to put the 412 in the catbird seat. He was trying to make contact, drives into the side of Ogle. You can see those wheels not cooperating in any way on the front of that machine. And that is it. Amazing heat. Great job, Elliot, moving over to the C main tomorrow. Going to meet up with Riggs. Koch moving on.